Hey, I'm Kelly and I draw things. Welcome back to another vlog. And I wanted to take you through the process of how I make furry badges. So what is a furry badge? A furry badge is a wearable piece of art that is worn at furry conventions. This can be hand done with traditional media or digitally drawn. I make mine digitally and then print them. And then they're laminated and hole punched and they are worn on a lanyard or a clip that's attached to a person. And it is a way to show of this is my fursona, this is who I would be if I was an animal, while you're not wearing a costume, essentially. And they're really fun. It's fun to see, you know, who would be what, and it's just kind of a community thing that people do. And I have made quite a few over the past few years. I started making them last Furry Week in Atlanta, and then this Furry Week in Atlanta I had my own, and I made a little baby one I attached to my shirt that I wore. But this is my process of how I make them. So first, I take all the reference I got from the person commissioning me, and sometimes this is a lot of images and sometimes it's none. They just describe the character to me. But whatever they have, I take it, I put it all on one image that I can then reference, and then at the bottom I put their notes that I took when I talk to them, because I'll ask things like, what expression do you want? Are they tall? Are they grumpy? What kind of clothing? Just a bunch of details that I'll need to know, and that way I have it all right there and I can look at it while I draw. And I go through my standard art process, which if you're interested, I have a video on that as well. It's on my channel. And then I just go through and draw. At this point, I was also watching the new Queer Eye season while I drew. But I think they're so fun and they're relaxing for me to draw, and it's just a really good time doing them. Hey, it's a little bit later. I finished the art portion of the badge and now I'm going to throw it into Photoshop, set it up with the text, and get it ready to print and laminate. Thank you to my patrons for helping to support me and this video. That you're the reason that this stuff happens. So if you want more exclusive videos, those are on Patreon, and patrons get access to everything early, so they get access to my YouTube videos 2 or 3 days in advance, which is awesome. Plus a lot of other stuff like mail club, behind the scenes, blogs every Friday, things like that. So if you want to see the schedule for this month, go check out Patreon, scroll down a little bit, and it should be right there for you to view to see what's going on. All right, now that I am printed, it is time to laminate. So the process is I'm going to cut out on these guidelines that I put in Photoshop. They are gray and light, and I'm going to cut them out, and then I'm going to put them in the lamination sheet, run them through, cut them out again, and then laminate them again. Oh, and hole punch it somewhere in there as well. So the reason I laminate it a couple times is, one, I want them to be super sturdy. Since they're going to be worn, like on a lanyard probably, they get dinged up, they run into things, they get whacked, and we want them to be sturdy so they survive. And then I laminate it again after I cut it. It gets rid of all those like little plastic burrs, and it just kind of like super seals it, and I think it makes it better. All right, and we're done. They are ready to go. So then I ship these to their owners and they wear them. And then sometimes the next year I get to see them, which is always fun seeing it in the wild. So they would take a badge thing, I don't know, clippy. It gets really hard to see because it's clear, and clip it through here, and then it would go on a lanyard, or some people clip them up high because they can get kind of like jostled around. And for me, if it's up higher, then it's safer. But I'm super pleased with these. They were really fun. They're really cute. I love doing all sorts of different characters, and I get all sorts of different species. So this is a bat dragon, and this is a raccoon, and I have a Australian shepherd later on down the road, and another dragon, and a snow leopard creature. So they're really fun. If you want one, commission info is on my website, so you can go check that out if you want. But the next step is to mail them out. I do send the digital file as well. That way they can use it for a profile picture, for a phone background. If they want to print more of them, they can. As long as it's for personal use, I'm okay with it. So thank you for watching. If you liked this video, you might also like this video right here. And have a good day. Thanks. Bye.